Om Ahum, 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 Om Ahum. Greetings, everyone. Sorry for this spontaneous live teaching. Also because I have not a very certain internet where I have, so I have to go spontaneous live. And thank you for joining, whoever joining from anywhere. Thank you for joining the spontaneous live teaching on "You Are the Light." Do not wait for approval. Mm, and thank you for giving time to watch this video. And before I share the teaching, I would like to take a moment to appreciate firstly our first teacher, our parents, our first teacher of our life, our parents. Take a deep breath and be thankful, and then also gratitude to all the elements like fire, water, earth, air, and the space we stay. And so in this way I would like to start um, my teaching. Today I'm wearing this glass also. It's actually my eyes somehow it's getting a little weaker. So but anyway, so this teaching about "You Are the Light." Do not wait for approval, especially in this time where we are all going through some, some little more extreme sort of obstacles than what we normally go, because we cannot go travel outside, and um, we cannot do things that we want to do sometime, and things are locked down, and things that like that we have to narrow out desire and things like that. And this in this process of our life that we are going through, um, it took, actually yesterday I shared this post in some group saying that "You are the light," and someone commented it took me some time to realize that in life a lot of time we wait for somebody's approval a lot of the time. And when we wait for somebody's approval, you're never going to actually accomplish, you're never going to get to the point where you have to be or you want to be. That's why the great teachers are not here to make more students. The great teacher at this time are here to empower the student to really encourage their path on their journey. And because I think some time ago I shared about this, about that each individual person in this world have a very unique sort of offering, even though we are kind of the same in our ultimate reality and so on. But at the same time we are very different. We're very, each person is very different. For example, like somebody is like carpenter, somebody is a sculpture maker, somebody is artist making painting, somebody is making like different roads and buildings and things like that. So everybody really have their own unique gift to this, to offer to this world. And as being a practitioner and teacher, it is for us to to recognize that light, that skill, that quality that each individual have. And one suggestion I would like to make to everyone is, if you cannot really support this person's journey, at least do not discourage. This is a very important point, that we need to learn in our life. Is we like to only share this view and perspective and suggestion to other people, but what I have known is, if you cannot help other people, do not discourage. I think Dalai Lama said that a lot of the time also. um, you know and so if you cannot really help other, at least do not discourage. So this is the one point I would like to really share and emphasize on. And other thing is, it take some time people's to recognize that light. But if you're constantly just wondering and just looking for light other places, to other things, then you have to really pause. You have to really pause and think, why I'm continually looking light outside, why I'm continually looking light outside. What am I having a disconnection? Because as I have been sharing this about the elements and the teaching about the elements, this teaching about the elements is all about bringing the light within yourself, because each person is their own guru. In Sanskrit it says, Aham Brahmasmi, I am the universe. But of course it takes time, it takes steps to recognize that state of consciousness. But are we on the path, on that journey of recognizing one's own consciousness, or are we on the journey to recognizing our own light? We have to constantly question that. What is the method that one can apply to recognize that light within? There are countless teaching. There are many teachers. And how do we really know the teacher is teaching the path of light or the path of followers? Is when the teacher really empowers you, and encourage you on your journey to really recognize. That's why the Buddhahood is not outside but inside. The Buddha is not outside. The Nirvana is not outside. It is in our mind. When we learn to recognize the mind, then you can really find Nirvana within yourself. That's why probably the Buddha's last word were Apodipa Bhava, which means you are the light. Be that light. Be that light. Apodipa Bhava. You are the light. You are the light. So today, this morning, somehow my heart tells me, like, this is the teaching I must have to share about, because we are, a lot of people in this materialistic world, in this busy world, we got kind of a lost little bit. We got untouched, that light. And how do we really get to that light? It's, of course, with really recognizing that we are one with everything. We are one with all the elements, and that's why the attitude, the precept, the what do you call, the motivation, I think in Tibetan is called kunlong, the intention, the motivation that we do in our life is very important, because the motivation is the one that that draws, we make action through the motivation. So motivation is very important in our life, and through alignment with the elements, and through and when I say elements, it's not only outside. You are that elements. That's why there was there's something somebody was saying, when you want to know about the impermanence, do not, there are thousands of books available outside about the impermanence or change, but if we forget to look our own our own hair, our own beard and all that thing, then we're really missing the point. That's what I was talking about, the missing the point, meaning like we look so many things about outside about the impermanence, and we our own body is actually a great teacher about change, about the experience of the different emotions, and so on. So in this COVID-19 journey that somehow we're directly indirectly affected in many ways. um, I hope you are finding the practice that suits you, that helps you to recognize the light within yourself. And the beautiful thing about it is, like I said, when you really recognize yourself, you actually recognize others as well. Because when you really recognize that you are the unique being in this world, you actually also recognize there are countless unique beings in the world, and you have this appreciation. You automatically build different appreciation. But if you don't recognize yourself, if you don't recognize your uniqueness, then how would you recognize the uniqueness in others and outside? So similarly, when you recognize the light within yourself, you also recognize that there are countless light in the outside. There, you treat well. That's why in Sanskrit word namaste is so profound word that it took me some time to recognize that namaste word is not a very simple word. It's very profound. It says that the light within myself vows the light within yourself. This is how we greet in Sanskrit. And of course, we say namaste, 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 and namaste, and so on. Like it took it very, like it's so common, like why it's. But when you really understand the deep meaning of namaste, it is like you recognize that light within yourself, and you vow, you respect, you appreciate the light outside. So the more and more you practice about recognizing the light within yourself, the more you will recognize the light outside. And we're kind of the light kind of I'm not saying that if you don't recognize the light, there is no light. It's not like that. It's like what we call the Buddha nature, they said. Buddha nature is not something like you sort of manifest. It is something you recognize. It says that the Buddha nature is like a lamp, a light that has been covered with like with some kind of cup. So it's a little dark. But that doesn't mean that the light does not exist. The light is still there, but it has been covered. But once you find a way, a practice, a method to uncover that light, then you recognize that light. You don't really you don't really create the Buddha nature. You recognize the Buddha nature. So similarly, the light, you are the light that you are looking for. So find a way, find a practice what that's really aligned in yourself, and recognize that. For me, the Thangka painting have been a very much like what we call the foundation that helped me to go dive into. So if I have a Buddha nature, which I have, but I have not recognized it, and also I recognize that Senchen Thamche, which all sentient beings have the Buddha nature. So once you recognize the Buddha nature, you have a Buddha nature within yourself. But at the same time, you also recognize that every sentient beings have a Buddha nature. So it's not only you. And in this way, if you recognize that all sentient beings have Buddha nature within themselves, then you look things differently. You do things differently. You act, you talk things differently, because you recognize, it's not only me that I have a Buddha nature. So once you recognize, it's me that I have a light within myself, it's also other people that have light. And so once again, I want to share with everyone that if you cannot really encourage, also find a way not to discourage, and try to help the people, or the planet, or the sentient beings, animals, in whatever way you can. This is what we call merit in Buddhist word. Merit is something that when we have a more, what do you call, altruistic mind, altruistic speech, altruistic thought. So that is what we call the merit in and so saying this, sending my good wishes to everyone, and as I said, Do not wait for somebody's approval. The light that you are in, that you are, and may you find the method, may you find the practice to recognize that light, and looking forward to join together to manifest this temple of elements, to honor our mother, to honor our mother nature, and to honor our base, and so that we can all be light together. Namaste and good wishes.